Greetings, it's Querix, Katerina here. Welcome back to our interview with Ricardo Garcia. So, Ricardo, were there any solutions offered by Querix team that have exceeded your expectations?
I would say yes, the ability to parse our 4gen generated code. 4gen was a tool created by a company from Seattle years ago. They took 4GL and created a painter where you could paint screens right in the green screen mode. Then there was a code generator. It would generate code and the code was actually regenerable where you could insert different code logic and trigger points and stuff into the code itself. Even though the screen changed, the logic would still be correctly inserted, and it was recompiled. So it was the basis of us developing quite a lot of our stuff. And what resulted from that is that our screens were not a traditional 4GL. We had commands that would invoke the 4gen code generator, create zooms and lookups and pickers, etc. And you did a fantastic job in terms of creating a parser for that. So, the parser was able to look beyond the normal extensions of a vanilla 4GL application, look at the 4gen stuff and create XML and code to parse our screens. Otherwise, we would have had to do it, by hand. So that accelerated the project significantly.
How would you rate our debugging tools?
Excellent, coming from a 4GL background. Your debugging tools are great. I remember that even couple years ago I was debugging a piece of business logic in the code, and I used that debugging tool, and it was excellent. I rate it excellent.
You have integrated an AI agent into your transformed applications. Tell us a little more about that.
What we have done for the client is that we've put the AI into the anchor screen of Insight-based panel. It's a panel where we have our calendar, where we have our notes, and then we have 4 panels on top, one of which is an AI panel. Another one is charts, another one is the document processing engine that we've created, and the last one is administration. I am in no hurry to reinvent the wheel, so it's an external AI. There are agents outside there that can ingest a detailed schema, and then you feed it data and you can ask it questions, and I've seen some pretty powerful results. We can integrate it into services or web components.
So, to sum it up, what's your overall impression of working with Querix?
Overall, the experience working with you is very, very positive. I have over 40-something years of work by my calling, and when you have such an experience, you move driven by a gut instinct, When I was making decisions about transforming my project and having looked at the technology that you had, I figured, I would go with these one. And I think my gut has played out correctly. I like working with your team, and I like the fact that you can change your toolset. I think you guys are really technically sound, and we've had some challenges, but you always find a way. And that is very reassuring for both a developer and a customer, because so far no matter what we have shown to them to get done, we've gotten it done. And that could only add strength going forward.
Thank you, Ricky. I really enjoyed our conversation and appreciate the opportunity. Great catching up as always, and we'll talk again soon.
Yes. Thank you, Katerina. Talk to you later.
This was Ricardo Garcia, the Insight Software Solutions Managing Director and the Chief Project Architect of Neo Digital. Ricky is one of many customers who have placed their trust with our highly skilled team of professionals who know how to bring businesses to new heights. This project has grown into an amazing cooperation with the stellar results, from green screen programs to modern, cloud-ready, browser-based applications with various integrations and support for the current must-have technologies. We hope that you've enjoyed this interview. I'm sure it has sparked questions and ideas. Feel free to contact us anytime. Warmest wishes from your future best partners, the Querix team. See you.